Hello, my name is Aiden and today I would like to share with you my mini Maker Faire project. So what I did for my Maker Faire project is I wanted something that was environmentally friendly and I wanted something really fun to use. So I used the instructions of a kit to build a solar paneled remote control car. And the way I made it was I first got some pieces of wood and constructed the frame. Then I made the wheels and connected it with the motor. After that, I added the battery pack, and you may be asking, why do we have a battery pack? It's a backup in case your solar panel is not charged and you're not in a sunny place. And then we also have an antenna here to receive. Next, we have the remote control itself, which has a forward button and a backward button, and another antenna to control. And with an hour charging in the sun, we are officially ready to roll.
Hello, my name is Noah Bajoli, and for my mini Maker Faire project, I 3D printed a backgammon board, a 21 by 19.5 inch backgammon board. As you can see here, I printed 15 blue stones or tokens, and then another 15 white stones. I designed all the 3D parts, including the dice, my dice holder, the 15 stones, and the other 15 stones. And these parts, I printed 24 of these parts, and I'll glue them to a wooden base on the bottom. I used Tinkercad to design it, and then I put it into a software to then put it into my 3D printer to print it. And then I printed these edge pieces, these center pieces, and then I got wood to saw these, and then glue and nail and attach these wooden edge pieces that have a really good support. And then I cut blue and white paper to make these points or triangles right here. And there are about 24 of them, and yeah, and then here I have this blue, I have these blue centerpieces so that you put the stones on when they are captured, and then I have this silver bulldog I attached to customize it because it resembles St. Albans, which is blue. And then yeah, that's my Maker Faire. Thank you very much.
I'm Ethan Bauer, and this is my Maker Faire project, the claw machine. I used the windows are plexiglass, and the outer frame here is plywood. We spray painted here, the roof, this playing floor, and then we primed the bottom gray. We didn't actually paint that. But the front piece we stained here, which I thought turned out pretty well. Kind of looks like our garden steps. If we go around to the back here, we can see the back door designed on hinges and 2 latches. We can turn this one, and then I have the key to get here to unlock this. We can turn that, and back's a little rusty, but we can turn that open. And then here, we can have access to prizes and a claw machine in case their needs work. And then under here is mainly storage and maintenance. Like if we need to rebuild this, and we can also have tools and other prizes in it. So this and the claw is not actually a claw, as you can see. It's a robotic arm. And we did a robotic arm because claw would have been, although it may, I currently have a quick claw, but although it's looking better, then yeah, we decided to do a robotic arm, and that's it.
What's up, Fortnite? This is Jay and I's Maker Faire project. We built a doghouse. We built a doghouse
And we ordered a kit for all the pieces from the Wear Pet Productions company. That really helped us out. Luckily, it didn't take too long to get here. That was one of our main issues. We were kind of scared about that. It took about an hour to make. They gave us nuts and bolts, screws, and stars up here. And obviously it's for our dog to sleep. We're gonna put her bed in here, put some toys in there. She's gonna love it in there. And thank you.
I'm Cameron.
And I'm Malachi, and this is our Papa Shot recreation. That's a demonstration of our Papa Shot. Now, take it to you, Cam.
To make the project, we used 8 10-foot, 3/4 inch PVC pipes, 1 nylon rope, 2 plexiglass 24 by 18 inch, 2 24 by 18 inch plexiglass sheets, 2 knitting looms, a drill, a PVC pipe cutter, 4 mini basketballs, 8 zip ties, 8 bungee cords, 1 6x8 medium duty tarp, blue Scotch tape, 6 3/4 inch PVC pipe elbow connectors, 10 3/4 inch PVC pipe T connectors, 2 3/4 inch PVC pipe side out elbow connectors, 3/4 inch PVC pipe cap connector, 1 3x4 PVC pipe coupler, and 1 3/4 inch PVC pipe.
Hi Form, this is my Maker Faire project. I built a decorative privacy fence at one of my dad's job sites. This is 6 feet tall by 11 feet wide. For the posts, we had to dig holes and fill them with concrete so it doesn't move around. And for the fence, it is pressure treated wood, which means that it doesn't warp or rot in case it rains or any sort of element. I'm really proud of this fence and I'm really happy at how it turned out. It took me a day and I had help from one friend. Thank you.
For our Maker Faire project, we did a World War II diorama of an ambush that we researched. And Christian is going to explain how we made it.
Okay, so to start off, we had to get a kit to do it, and we also had to get figurines from my local hobby shop. And here, Benj is going to show the box of them.
This is the box of the military minifigures, and I can show you how big they are.
And, so we've started to paint them already.
They're about this big.
We've done a pretty good job with them so far. What you have to do is I got modeling paint, so you have to paint each individual part and assemble them. We used a modeling glue, and for the main part of it, we got this kit from a thing called Diorama.
Yeah.
And our original plan was to have a tank with men in front of it, but that didn't really work out as there's not enough space on the platform that we got to do it. So how we assembled this was, to start out, we had to get this grassy looking thing, this like fake looking grass thing, and then we put that onto the platform, and I Benj, you want to explain?
We also had a bush row on one of the sides with 2 trees, and on the other side we have a little wheat field made of horsehair, and we also have a few bushes and trees on the horsehair side. And that is our Maker Faire project.
We're not done yet because I'm going to explain it a bit farther.
Yes.
So to start out, we have to put the platform on, then we have to put this green scenery on it. And in order to make the trees, we have to put this really sticky stuff on the trees, and then we dip them into this into the leaves sort of looking thing. Here, I have a picture of the tree if you'd like to see. Here's one of the trees right here. As you can see, there's a little bag of this green stuff. We have
And
to
you
dip
just
that-
dip it in.
You just dip it in. And then we actually had some powder or whatever to make a path in the bushes, and that's basically all of our Maker Faire projects. So thank you for listening.
Hello, I'm Eli Coffin and I'm in Form A. This is my 2023 Maker Faire project. It's a mini fridge, mini cooler. It's Cowboys themed. We're big Cowboys fans in the house, and we have all these Cowboys stickers. We made it Cowboys paint, colors, and this is how it works. In the back, there's this cooling system right here, right? This cooling system is powered on when we put these wires onto this battery right here. So I'm gonna show you right really quick. When I put this here and this right here, you see this starts to rotate really fast and it turns on, and then this sends cold air through this to this spot in here where we have this little hole. This thing right here where I'm pointing pushes out the cold air. So I'm gonna put this back in here. So you can leave this and you leave that in there for about 30 minutes to an hour, and the drink should still be cold and chilled. And that's how it works. Thank you.
To make my kebab skewers, I used stainless steel metal rod, and we bent the end to make it so that it can hang in the tandoori oven, and I sharpened the other end so that it can puncture chicken. After that, we used these pieces of spring steel that we bent into shape like this so that you can put the skewer through them. They lock, and now the chicken can't fall off. I lit this fire about 15 minutes ago and I put the chicken in, so now I'm going to test what temperature it is in there. 865 degrees. Yeah, that's a bit hot. Okay, so how it's able to keep so much heat in is inside there's 2 clay pots that make the chamber with the fire in it. One just standing regularly, and the other with the top cut off upside down on top of it. Around that we have an insulation called vermiculite with concrete at the top so that it doesn't move around. In the side of this oil drum, there's this pipe that goes to the inside so that the air can go into the fire so that it doesn't burn out without air. The chicken has now been cooking for like 15 to 20 minutes, so now I'm going to take it out and check the temperature. We're looking for over 165 degrees Fahrenheit so that we can eat it. Yeah, it's good enough. So now I can take it all out. And we get to enjoy our own tandoori chicken cooked at home. Delicious.
Alright, I'm Finn Donnelly and this is my project. In this project I'm watchmaking, and of course this project is for Maker Faire. In this I rebuilt the Seagull ST3600. As you can see, it's running right here. And over here is the Psycho. So these different watches have different complications. Complications are like the calendar, the days, and those are complications. as this is the back of a watch, but you can see a little through here. This watch has no complications on it. As you can see, when they're all built and put on stand, the Seagull, the Miota, and the Psycho. And then here, we have some photos of me making it. The whole progress. Alright, so the one I have undone right here is the Miota 8215. These are all the pieces that were used in it. And as you can see up here, the nails are so small. This is the inside of the watch, a little more visual. I was saying how we had to rebuild the watches. This cam belt, we took it apart and rebuilt it. When we were taking it apart, we had to put all of them into this box. As you can see, we have the lever spring, all of these things. This is a magnetizer. It will, when we're taking things apart, easily grab the pieces because they're very small. But we don't want this by the watch because it will demagnetize it. Alright. So the tools for the project that I used were this small screwdriver, this bigger screwdriver, which I actually didn't need, tweezers, and some pliers for the bigger pieces. That's my project, watchmaking.
Hi guys, so this is a mini mansion built by Houston Dorsey, me, and Alex Shim. And this house was originally modeled off of the one. It has many other elements and features like this sliding door, and there's also a closing register. This is more of a modern house, I would say, but there's certainly older elements to it, like rocks and grass, which aren't really found in modern mansions.
Yep, so some features that we also have, for its features, we have a miniature pool, a balcony bar, and double balconies in fact. We also have artwork designs from anime and many extra entrances just in case you want to enter the house another way.
And also pavilions, it's something cool that if you look over here, you can see inside and through it, which is another element that we added. Something else that I would like to add is that this project took a lot of planning and it's a lot of calculated work that you have to do. Because you can't just sit down and just start doing something.
Yes. We had to cut all the foam boards with an X-Acto knife, and we had to measure everything out first. We also, in order to create these panels, we used face shields, and we cut them apart, and they had a film on them to make them we made them look more clearer that way. And so I think that was like a rail system, and in the end, I think that was a good addition.
Thank you guys for watching.
This is our mini Maker Faire project. We started off with 3 shoes and used one as a basis.
We cut other parts from the other shoes and added them on with hot glue. We used spray paint and paint pens
to make them to our liking. They're very comfortable, and anything we didn't like, we just redid it.
With the bottom of the shoe, we took treads from another shoe to add traction because the ones from before was just so bad.
We put lots of little details, and they're very comfortable, and we've worn them around 1 or 2 times.
I'm Max Jacob.
And I'm Dylan Mystery. This is our
Body board.
I started off with this very nice electric scooter. Then I cut out this hole right here so that the wheel could still move while we were driving. I also added all this spray paint to make it look good.
5-star designers.
We also added these wheels on the bottom and these bolts on the top to keep the wheels on the scooter so people can still balance on the back. Also add these handles so no one fell off and broke their head. Once we did that, we finally add on these straps to make it so that the board doesn't slide off. Over to you guys.
We had this idea during the winter when I had my big, heavy hockey bag. And what buddies want to walk to school together? But walking to school together with a big, heavy hockey bag can't happen. So we started thinking, what could we put on this nice electric scooter? So me, Dylan, and my hockey bag could all fit together. And then we came up with the buddy board.
So now it's time to ride this.
The buddy board.
Good. Get ready. And 3, 2.
We have a car.
It's fine.
So, my Maker Faire project was a painted Mandalorian helmet. It's made out of cardboard, and I made it using some templates that I found online and a video on how to use them. You can see in a lot of places like these little bumps, and that's from the hot glue that I used. Also, the paint might be a bit uneven a bit, and there is some hot glue over here. I really like this project, and I decided to do it because I like Star Wars. So this is what it looks like when I wear it. It's a bit big for me, and I wanted it to be a bit more curved, but that's fine. And this is what it looks like when it isn't on my head. So yeah, this is my Maker Faire project, and this was really fun to make. And yeah, continue.
Hi, this is Jackson, and then this is my Maker Faire project. I built a model rocket, and we're about to launch it up. I guess you guys only want to see how we launch it up, so let's launch it. And here it is. It made it. So it looks like the cone came off, which it was supposed to, but the parachute was supposed to stay attached to this piece of paper, and then the parachute carry it down. But I think the parachute came off the inside of this. I fell. Yeah, so the parachute didn't function, but at least it went high. Yeah. Okay, so my rocket was launched and recovered, so that's a good thing. As I said earlier, the parachute didn't work, but at least we got it back. It mostly went full pace. We have lost the parachute in the cone, but the rest of it made it back. It went up in the air. Good project.
This is my Maker Faire project. Fun Flappy time. Totally not a knockoff of Flappy Bird, but okay. So the goal is to get through the green pipe and get the highest score as possible. My record's like 23 because I'm really not good, but let's get into it. Okay, so this is Flappy. His code is basically every time, you can't see this variable because I hid it. If you click here, it will say hide. Anyway. And the score is right here. It will set to 0 every time you play because that's what the code's saying. And go to X. This is basically just where he's going to drop every time. Look, every time you hit it, it's going to go right there. And then you have to change Y by gravity. That's just like up and down. Then gravity by -1. That's also up and down. If it's touching the pipe, then you're going to broadcast game over. So if I hit this pipe, I'm going to die. And then reset. Okay, and then this is just the up arrow. You can change it to anything, but I chose up arrow. Okay, now this is the pipe. which is you have to hide it because then it will delete right here. If not, it will just show the whole time, and then you won't gain any score because you can't change score if it's not deleted, if that makes sense. And now this game over spray is just telling you that when I receive game over, this is like the message, you can change it to anything, but it's game over because that's what this sprite is. It will show because it's hidden right now, and then you stop everything. And then when it's clicked again, you have to hide it because then when you die, boom, hide it. Okay, thank you, and that's my Maker Faire.
Hi, I'm Aiden Kim, and I love taking baths. But sometimes I have such a busy schedule, I can't do everything. So, I combined it all into a bath tray, which is also my Maker Faire project. The bath tray is made entirely out of wood, and we later painted it with black waterproof paint. It consists of 3 main pieces: the main body, the device holder, and the tray stabilizer. The dowels we glued down with wood glue so things could not slip out of the tray and fall into the water. This tray stabilizer is here because if it wasn't here, then the tray could potentially fall and slip into the water, which we don't want to have happen. Let me show you some of the key features of the bath tray. First, there's a device holder so you can watch things. Next, there are food and drink holders so you can eat and drink while you're taking your bath. If my hands go into the water while I'm taking my bath, I don't want to eat or drink. So, you can wipe your hands and then on the towel that is connected to the towel holder. Now baths can be fun and productive. Isn't that right, Mr. Rubber Ducky? He says it is.
This is my parachute sled. Sledding is very fun, but if you're about to crash while you're sledding, it's not fun. So I created this parachute sled so that you never crash. If you're sledding, you have this rope over your shoulder and you pull it, and this parachute comes out and it'll slow you down so that you don't crash. To make this, I got some materials from the hardware store. I used a parachute belt and nailed it into the side of this sled. Then I nailed this tarp into the side of the sled. To use it, you hop inside of the sled, put the yellow rope over your shoulder, and pull. If there was wind, these parachutes would pick up and release so that they catch wind and slow you down. We brought the sled to Battery Kimball Park and tested it, but there was no snow, which made it hard. There was no snow, so it did not slide down the hill. But I grabbed it from the front and ran downhill, and the parachutes picked up wind and created resistance, showing that it would have worked if there was snow. Next year, I'm happy to try this, and hopefully it works. This is how you repack it. It's reusable. So, after using it, you grab the parachutes, fold them up, place them in the tarp, fold the tarp once, then fold it another time back, then tuck the sides in, and there you go. Our parachute is ready for use. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Andy Mathai, and for this year's 2023 Mini Maker Faire project, I made a 2-in-1 food dispenser. So as you can see, I've gone through a bit of trial and error because this was the original one and this is the newer one. So if you compare both of them, you can see that the original one, I cut the square out a bit, or rectangle out a bit higher than was necessary. So as you can see in here, there's a lot of extra space right here that I didn't need. Also right here that I noticed. So then I put this down here here, you can notice that this is much closer to it to prevent the spreading of food when it's completely full, and that this is much closer to the blades than this was. You can also notice that I cropped this a bit shorter so it would be able to close the lid on better. So then you can see when I put the lid on that, and each twist delivers 1 ounce. So as you can see, the mixing of this is supposed to give a more even distribution rather than layering it, which looks like it worked pretty well. And that is my 2023 Mini Maker Faire project.
Hi, my name is Jake Meller. For the Mini Maker Faire this year, I made a soda dispenser. It's mostly comprised of sturdy cardboard and tubing. The tubing goes up into the top here and into an input. The input goes down to the output, which leads through the back into the front here. To activate it, it uses an activation mechanism that's comprised of a popsicle stick, a rubber band, 2 wooden dowels, and some pieces of cardboard, as well as a switch. Let's look at the back. For the back, the input tube goes into the Coke bottle, out into the front, where it goes through the spiral tube, and into the input, which goes all the way to the DC motor, or water pump. Then it goes to the output, which leads to the front. It's all powered by a 9-volt battery that's connected to the switch in the water pump. Now, let's see it in action.
Hi, my name is Henry Miller, and for my Mini Maker Faire project, I decided to make a bagpipe stand with my grandfather. I chose this as my Mini Maker Faire project because I thought it was kind of inconvenient to take my bagpipe out of its case every time I wanted to play. So I made a bagpipe stand. These hangers here are for my blowpipe and chanter for my bagpipe. This is the box that is made out of cedar. We use screws to screw in, and screws and glue to screw in these different panels. These are the trees that hold up the drones. We used epoxy and copper tubing to hold up the dowels, and we used rivets for the leather. We used an IKEA stool for the base. Now I'm going to put in my bagpipe in the stand. And here it is, my Mini Maker Faire project.
I'm William Nicodem, and this is my Maker Faire project. It's a dog or cat feeder for my dog Jax, or Julian's cat, named Annie. I first came up with this idea when I was getting the dog food in the morning. It was annoying to get the dog food and then put it back, so I thought, why not just make something but you don't have to do as much work, because in the morning everyone's tired. So I thought of this. The basic steps on how we made it was first we made the frame, and then we made this contraption, which spins a wheel and it pushes the dog food into the bowl. Then we made these legs to support the box to hold extra food. And it's really easy for how it works. You just have to have some dog food, push it down into the storage with the spoon, Then, all you have to do is spin. And it all falls in. Just like that. It gets a bit on the floor, but overall, I think it's a good project.
Hi. For my Maker Faire project, I built a remote-controlled race car. When I was planning to build my Maker Faire project, I thought about the cost and the eco-friendliness of the materials I was going to use. So I decided to use cardboard for the base, outer shell, and wheels of my car. I took some old parts from an old broken RC car, like a battery case and a radio receiver, and put those into my own car. The front and rear wheels are made out of cardboard and rubber bands. The rubber bands are strapped onto the wheels so that they can give the car grip and it can drive smoothly. For the steering mechanism, I used wooden dowels, ice cream sticks, and copper wire, and it's connected to this yellow motor here that will move it left and right. And I used a rubber band to hold that down because it kept moving around when I was building it. And there's a motor and gears at the back of the car to provide power to the rear wheels, which will then help to move the entire car forwards and backwards. So let me show you how it drives. Thank you, and that concludes my presentation.
This is my Maker Faire video, and my project is titled There's Always a Bigger Fish. So there is in my project a megalodon about to eat a mosasaurus, which is a type of dinosaur, which is eating a boat of people. And so the first thing we made was a plexiglass box, which would hold the whole diorama and the resin while it cured. And then we made a clay shark, and it took a couple tries. The first time, we didn't use enough modeling wire, and we used too much clay, so it was too heavy. But the second time, it turned out good. And same with the plexiglass box. It took 2 tries. The first time we made it way too big, so we didn't have enough resin to fit in the entire plexiglass box. But the second time, it was a good size. And then we made a boat of people out of clay, and then super glued the people onto the boat, as you can see here. And the moral of the story is there's always a bigger fish.
Hello, my name is Patrick Philbin. This is my 2023 Maker Faire project, an 8-foot-long boat. So, inside of the boat, there is a bench, and then I caulked the sides, and the caulk is like a rubbery substance so that the water doesn't get in. And then I used flex tape right here, like here, that's covered by paint. I used flex tape to seal the exterior sides, and then spray painted a coat onto the boat. Thank you for watching.
Hello, my name is Archer Pollock, and for my mini Maker Faire in Form A, I made this Trebuchet. A Trebuchet is a medieval siege weapon that use a counterweight to fire projectiles. They would usually be large stones, but I use a tennis ball. My Trebuchet is about 21 inches tall, and it's great for launching tennis balls and playing fetch. Not so great for knocking down the city walls, though. I'm going to show you how I load it and how I fire it. This hook holds it in place before it's fired. And this string allows me to keep my distance so I don't get my face bashed. Alright. Now, city walls are going down in 3, 2, 1. Not that great for knocking down the city walls, but great for playing fetch.
The problem with sports drinks today is that they have so much sugar. Kids are drinking too much sugar. That's why I made devil drinks. Real fruit. Today I'm making devil drinks, the Blue Devil. 1 cup water, blended blueberry. Then 1 tablespoon honey. Then 1 teaspoon lime juice. 1 teaspoon lemon juice. Then 1 serving electrolytes. Then 2 tablespoons blueberry blend. Then 2 drops blue food coloring. That's devil drinks for you with fresh fruit.
Hi, I'm George Reed, and this is my Maker Faire project for 2023. I made a water polo net. I used pool noodles to make it float, and I used a 3-way connector to attach PVC. It is of the official dimensions, but I made a smaller ratio. It works quite well, and you can inflate a soccer ball or a small volleyball and use it as a water polo ball. If I were to do this project again next year, I would probably make the ratio bigger compared to the size of the pool. Because as you see, my pool right here is big enough, but I could have done it wrong and had it too small to fit the water polo net. If I had, it wouldn't have worked, and then I would have had to restart. I did mess up once, so I had to restart because the length was too short. The height, as you may notice, is actually smaller than the depth, but that is correct. It's surprising, isn't it? Thank you for listening. I'm George Reed, and this is my Maker Faire project.
Hello, my name is Ben Reed, and this is my Maker Faire project. So over the summer, I went sailing and loved it so much that I've known that I wanted to have a boat, or in this case, a miniature boat. I built it with my grandpa and my mom. My grandpa guided me on how to do the woodworking, and my mom guided me on how to sew the sails. We went to Home Depot and got the hooks and all the wood we needed, including this dowel and this piece of very thin wood for the diner board. We cut out a stencil and traced it, so then it would be easier to make these curved cuts, which are already very difficult. As you can see, some of them aren't very smooth, so they required a lot of sanding to get relatively smooth. We put the mast in at an angle, and that only made sewing the sails a little bit harder because we had to measure an isosceles triangle instead of a right triangle. I sewed the sails out of a old homecoming t-shirt for 2021. So that's how we have the crest on it. And overall, I'm very happy with it. We also built this good stand right here so we can display it and not be like that.
Hello everyone, this is my 2023 Mini Maker Faire project, and I built a doghouse out of foam core. So basically, when we first got the materials, we cut all the pieces into like this, cut out the door. After that, we
cut out red paper to give it and we overlapped it to give it a little effect. So you can see right over here, like that, just a little bit of overlapping. And then after that, we put all the pieces together with the roof, and we added white strips just for the finishing touches. Thank you.
Hello, this is our Maker Faire project, the Pinbox 3000.
Hello, I'm going to show you how it works. So first off, you are going to try to put the ball in the hole right there, or in the one over there. So you put the marble or the ball into this hole, and then you pull on this and launch it like that, and then it comes back down. And instead of letting it just go through the hole like I did, you use these flipper arms and you try to shoot it up into one of these two holes and try to get it past these obstacles. And I'm going to show you how it works. So basically, they use these rubber bands to hold it in place, and then when you try to pull it or push it, it will just snap back into its original spot because of the rubber band. So this one, you pull it, and then it uses the rubber bands just to put it back in place. And it's the same with this one, as you just push it, and then it uses this rivet and this walkway for the rivet, and then it just, when you push it, it pushes the flipper arm up. And that's how it works.
It took us a while to make it, so we hope you enjoy playing with the Pinbox 3000.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm William.
And this is our Maker Faire project. We made a UNC vs. Duke college basketball rivalry poster.
First, we 3D designed the poster board. Then we printed the poster board out and glued it together. Then we searched up Duke vs. UNC rivalry stats. We 3D designed the stats, printed them out, and glued them to the poster board.
Both of our families are UNC and Duke fans, and William and I enjoy giving each other a hard time about the rivalry. We thought this would be a fun idea to do for Maker Faire. This is our Maker Faire project.
Hello, my name is Arthur Rosenstein, and this is my mini Maker Faire project. For my mini Maker Faire project, I filmed a Lego stop-motion fight from the movie The Princess Bride. I knew that this project would take a long time, so I started early in March, and I filmed and built whenever I had free time. So this project has many parts, so I'll quickly explain it to you now. The first thing I did when I started this project was I knew I had to have a background for my filming. So what I did was find a photo or a screenshot of the movie and printed it out and posted on this and taped it on this block right here. Secondly, I made this base plate so that the characters could actually walk around. Thirdly, I made these walls. These walls are made out of these cave Lego bricks so that it looks more realistic. Next thing I did was impromptu, and I decided to make this Lego phone holder. I knew I needed a phone holder, or else the phone would be in different positions every time I filmed. Fourth, I made these foreground pieces. These are for the characters to climb around and make the set more lively. Fifth, the most important part, are these lamps. I used 3 different type lamps: a bird's eye view light, a foreground light, and a background light. First is the bird's eye view light, which makes a yellow tint. Second is a foreground light, which highlights the characters. Third is the background light to get rid of the shadows. And then after that, I was ready to go. I made sure to make sure everything was in place, I used sticky tack, and I put the characters in and started filming. And that's how I made my mini Maker Faire project in 2023. Thank you.
McWilliams.
My name is T. Seeley.
And today we built a tennis ball launcher. We found our original idea was the soccer ball launcher, but it was way too hard, so we just found this on YouTube.
So to make our idea a reality, first we had to create a concept. So this was our prototype using the scrap materials we found. And this is so that we could get an idea of how to actually build the final product. This is our tennis ball launcher, and I'll show you how to power up. So this battery is connected to a wire. You just insert the wire like this, and it'll start playing. Hey, I need a ball. That's convenient. Okay, so you just put it down like so. Yeah!
No, I missed. My bad.
Alright. Alright. Yeah. Got it.
To our
Fellow scientists of the A-Form class, thank you for watching our video. That's mad genius.
My name is Jeremiah.
And my name is Tate, and we decided to do a mini hoop for Maker Faire. We started off by going to Home Depot and getting the wood cut to a 24 by 18 and getting all the other materials. Then we went home and sanded the wood. Then we taped a box on the backboard, so then we stained it. Once the staining was all done, we peeled the tape off and attached the overhead door hangers by screwing them in.
And then we made an orange hoop with a metal ring inside a plastic tube and then orange tape around it. And then after we put the orange tape around the plastic tube, we put a net right here. And then we screwed in the rim, and then that's how we made the mini hoop.
We discussed many different ideas for the Maker Faire project, including a pinball machine, a tennis ball projector, and a robotic arm. We chose the pinball machine because it would be the most fun for our two families to play.
Moving on to the pieces, we decided to start with a different design, but according to the online videos, there weren't that much instructions, and the instructions weren't really that clear to follow. And also, most of the pieces weren't listed, and they skipped key parts. So we bought a kit, and using this science journal with pretty basic instructions, we assembled this. And at first, stuff wasn't really that sturdy, so we had to get a super glue gun and super glue this to make it reinforced so the ball can slip down easily, and also one in the back. And then we also added some of our own stuff, like the bearing over here. We glued it to here so it'll be easier for the ball to get around. And then, since it looked pretty plain, we covered up most of the stuff with some stickers all around here. And it turned out pretty well, in my opinion. And now we're gonna demonstrate on how to do it.
So now we're going to demonstrate, a demo, see how it works.
Good job.
Hi, my name is Ben Thompson. This is my Maker Faire project, and as you can see, it's a skateboard. To start off, I went to Home Depot to get the supplies I needed, and that included a piece of plywood that I could cut into 3 equal parts, and then glue them together to create the deck for the skateboard. After I had the pieces glued together, I needed to find a way to create the bend that you see in the skateboard, and I found an online resource that said I should create a mold that lets the wood bend into the curved position. The mold alone would not be enough, so I also got this clamp, which adds a lot of pressure to the mold and allows it to bend a lot easier. After I had the deck built, all I needed to do was put the wheels in, and the wheels was a lot easier than the deck. I copied measurements from another skateboard and then drilled holes in the skateboard to put the wheels on. As you can see, it's a fully functional skateboard and it's a lot of fun using. Thank you.
Hi, it's Jack and Thomas, and for our Maker Faire project, we built a catapult. The catapult is made of 6 pieces of wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And it also has 3 PVC pipe. 1, 2, 3, and a PVC elbow right here.
We also have 2 metal brackets to make sure the PVC pipe stays in place.
Right here and right
We
here.
also have screws up top to make sure that the rubber band would have something to hold on to. So the catapult, you pull down all the way,
and you let go, and it goes forward.
and it goes forward. Now let's demonstrate.
The thing we're launching is a ping pong ball covered in tape. Because normal ping pong ball is too light and just flies right up. You pull it all the way back, and it flies forward. That is our Maker Faire project.
Hi, I'm Matthew Wells, and this is my soda dispenser. It works by using a 6-volt air pump connected to a battery with a button. So when you push the button, it completes the energy or the wire that makes this pump air, and you use this tube, which is here connected to a modified bottle cap, which is sealed so that it has all the air, or else it won't work. It pumps the air into the bottle right here, and then the soda pumps out through this because the air is pressurizing it to push out from the bottle.
Hello, I'm Bo Weimard, and this is my mini Maker Faire. For this year, we made 3 different projects combined into one for my dog. We made some toys. 3 of them are paracord, and 1 of them is regular rope. This one is 2 different paracords combined in multiple rows of snake knots with a tennis ball in the middle. We drilled holes in the tennis ball with a drill so we could fit the paracord through it. This one is a paracord. It's a monkey's fist with snake knots and a square knot at the end to keep it together. This one is a row of multiple square knots and snake knots with a dog bone knot at the end to keep it together, and we cut the end off. This one was the one rope. It originally had 2 ends that looked like this, so it looked like a dog bone, but our dog chewed it up a little bit, and this end unraveled, so it looks like that. Next, we made treats. They look like dog bones because obviously it's a dog bone project. So we made 2 triangles and we stuck them together to make them look like a dog bone. They are made of multiple herbs, flour, and oils, and eggs, and water. The main project, though, was this bed. We made it out of multiple rows and columns of installation we bought from Home Depot with a canvas cloth on top. We velcroed the edges so it would stick together. Thank you for watching.